Well, hello there, folks. Today, we're going to detour a little bit, but we're still going to focus on the area of communication and communication within a training environment. And we're going to create a distinction today around the topic of empathy. Now, empathy is a huge buzzword at the moment. Everyone's teaching on empathy, 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 empathy. And guess what? I'm going to jump on the bandwagon as well. Now, if you are interested in empathy in any way, shape, or form, then really I'm going to have to defer to the greatest genius on the planet regarding empathy, and that is the man, Chris Voss, writing the book Never Split the Difference, right? Now, for me personally, when I grew up, I really struggled a little bit in the area of empathy and showing it to other people. Because for me, as somebody that studied coaching, when you're in the world of coaching, you're really sort of taught to detach from the client or the person you're talking to and not get into the quicksand with them. And as a result, though, what I found myself doing is not showing any concern or any empathy at all for the person as they were describing how hellish their life was, right? I'll be like, oh, yeah, whatever, right? And I really struggled to connect with people. And I realized that that was an area I really needed to work on. And then lo and behold, I came across this book called Never Split the Difference, and it completely transformed how I was able to demonstrate empathy towards my audience participants, right? And when I run workshops, and even now as I communicate with family, loved ones, and even people in my company and anywhere in life, that book, Never Split the Difference, really transformed how I actually demonstrate empathy. Now, here's the thing, folks. Brene Brown has done an amazing video on the difference between sympathy, empathy, and compassion, which is really cool. Definitely recommend that you check out that video. But I want to unpack it a little bit deeper and give you my distinctions around sympathy, empathy, and compassion. And I want to give you an example, right? Because here's what happens, right? In the workplace or even in family environments, people are very untrained in how to deliver empathy or be empathetic, right? And that's okay. It's a skill that you're either trained or untrained on, right? And we all talk about active listening, but it's not actually something that comes naturally to us, right? And it's strangely something we need to be trained to do. Just like empathy, active listening, we need to be trained to do it, right? Nobody's born going, I can show empathy. It's not the way it works because when we're born, we are self focused, right? And even through life, we are self focused, right? So here's the thing what often happens in the movies is here, this is the deal. My cat died, right? So someone's crying, my cat died. And then someone else, the actor goes, oh, oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, my cat died too. My cat died last week too. Right? And then there is a belief that saying or sharing something bad that happened to me is going to somehow make the other person feel better. Or the other version is, oh, yeah, eventually all cats die. So, yeah, we just need to roll with it and flow with it. And everyone else experiences it. So, yeah, tough. The other version is we minimize and we say, yeah, everybody else is feeling the same, right? Or during the pandemic, it was like, oh, I'm so stressed. Well, everyone else is stressed too. So, yeah, I guess it is what it is, right? Or I'm so stressed because of the pandemic. Oh, well, guess what? I've just had my dad die, my car doesn't work, and other people list out all the shit that's happened to them. That's not exactly demonstrating empathy, folks. So the concept of I've had it worse than you, or this is what's happening to me, or everyone else is feeling that, so just get over it, right? That happens a lot. And unfortunately, though, as soon as we do that, it completely creates a disconnect with the person that's actually sharing what's going on for them. Now, instead, we need to realize this distinction between sympathy, empathy, and compassion, right? So, sympathy, like my cat died, all right? So, sympathy would be, I'm sorry to hear that. And sympathy is, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Instead, empathy would be, sounds like you're going through a really tough time. Sounds like that may be really making you feel a bit sad right now. sounds like that's a bit tough. Or it kind of feels like that's really impacted you. Or it looks like that's really upset you. Is that kind of the case? It sounds like at the moment that's really weighing you down. It sounds like that's really had a bit of an emotional impact on you. All of that is empathy. What we mean by that is basically calling out what's going on for the person and then checking in and seeing if we are on point and seeing if that's true for them. And just making some acknowledgement of how they are actually feeling, how they're experiencing the world, right? But we don't say, oh, yeah, but my dog died and my cat died, and, I've had it so much worse than you. Instead, we go, oh, sounds like it's really rough for you right now. Now, if we take it to a workshop context and someone shows up late, we don't go, you're late, you're late, you're late. Instead, what we do is we go, sounds like you've got a lot going on right now. It seems like getting to the workshop on time is a bit of a challenge. Is everything okay? That is actually demonstrating empathy. It's not going, oh, I can't believe you're late, or I'm sorry that you're so stressed. No, it's going, let's acknowledge what's going on for the person and let's actually see the world from their perspective. All right. Now, compassion, on the other hand, so we got sympathy, empathy. Now let's go to compassion. Now, I love the word compassion in the sense it's very simple to understand. It's a sense of I will suffer with you and I will show suffering together, right? So the word com, also the etymology, right? So C-O-M means with, right? So compassion means I will suffer with you. And a great way to show compassion is to simply ask the question, is there any way I can support you right now? Is there any way I can support you right now? Is there anything I can do to help? Is there any way that I can kind of support you at this time? And, if there's anything I can do, please let me know. Here is my phone number. And if you need anything like groceries or if you need anything, just someone to talk to, please reach out. That, folks, is compassion. That, folks, is demonstrating that you actually care and that you really, really, really take an interest in the other person's well-being. Unfortunately, though, as I said at the beginning, it becomes, yeah, my cat died. I'm really struggling at the moment. Oh, well, my dog died, my house blew up, and I've had a fire, and my life is so much worse. Or my cat died. Everybody's pet dies eventually. Get over it, right? Now, that is a bit of a demonstration or a dramatization, but that's what we often see on the TV, and that's often what humans default to. But if we actually want to show empathy, it's really just acknowledging what's going on for the person. And if we want to show compassion, it's just saying, all right, is there any way that I can help you in this time? That's it. That's all it is. So let's get clear, folks, on how we can actually be empathetic, how we can do it as trainers, how we can do it as influencers, and how we can really make a difference in other people's lives when they've got stuff going on and maybe they're stressed and they really just need someone to show them empathy, not sympathy, and nothing like the Hollywoodization of empathy. Because guess what, folks, it doesn't work, right? And test this out at work. If someone, if you say, I've had a really difficult weekend, and someone goes, oh, well, you should hear how bad my weekend was, right? Notice it. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's very sad to watch, but it happens all of the time. All right. So, on that note, folks, have you got some value around the distinction between empathy, sympathy, and compassion? Team, as always, like, comment, share. Let's get this out there and let's transform communication and training in the workplace, in the world, as we move forward. Thanks so much for watching.